Hello and welcome to the week 1 roundup at the Crab League Pokemon Draft. I'm Yorba to my mouth.
And I'm Jake Dutch.
And we are the spirits of Pokemon trainers long past who have been ripped from our peaceful eternal slumber and have found ourselves tortured here at the haunted Crab Cove. But, we're going to make the best of it, do what we do best, and tell you about some Pokemon battles.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
I can't either. Let's go on to our first segment here that we're calling Hydro Pump or Hydro Chump.
Oh.
There's a handful of teams this week that brought Hydro Pump, and we got some big misses, but big wins here. And I want to talk to you about them.
Let's take a look at these pumps.
First up, we've got the Wizarding World of Wooloo versus Money Sonic. Could it be a wizard season?
No.
Money Sonic has set up their Cloyster here with the Shell Smash. We got heightened stats. We got White Herb clearing out their stats. They're about to click Hydro Pump against Friend, aka Pawmot, on the Wizarding World of Wooloo. All right, Jake, is this going to be a hit or is this going to be a miss?
Fat chance. It's going to be a big miss.
Let's see that replay. And that's a big miss. All right, looks like we're a Hydro Chump 1, Hydro Pump 0. And game 1 went to the Wizarding World of Wooloo. Some might say off the back of a Hydro Pump miss, some might say off of some excellent gamesmanship. We're moving on to game 2 here. It's turn 7, and Puff Daddy, aka Overquill, is about to click Hydro Gunk, or Gunk Shot as it's known. All right, Jake, is this going to be a hit or is this going to be a miss?
I think this will be a hit.
Oh, that's a big miss on Cloyster. All right, Wizarding World of Wooloo missing their Hydro Gunk.
What is going on with these teams?
These teams, they got to be gunking a little bit harder, in my opinion. All right, on to our second featured match here. We've got the Houston Houndooms against the Blackthorn Blastoise. All right, Jake Dutch, tell me, how hyped are you for this matchup?
Oh my god. Fire, water, what more do you need? A couple of things.
I could use a little air and earth, but listen, I'm not the last airbender here. Okay, so we've got Nihilego squaring up against Primarina. It's turn 11, game 1, Rock Poison, Water Fairy. Primarina's going to click Hydro Pump here, but tell me, Jake, are we going to see a Hydro Crump or are we going to see a big Hydro Slump?
I'm going to say Crump. This one, it's got to hit.
Show me the replay. Oh, that's a big Hydro Dump here from Primarina. That's going to let her get hit by a Sludge Wave, take her down to 6% health, but there's still a chance. There's still hope here. Show me, are we going to see a big Hydro Pump or are we going to see a big Hydro Chump?
It couldn't miss again.
Statistically, it's unlikely. Let's watch the clip. You hate to see it, folks. That's 2 Hydro Pump misses in a row. 80% chance. I'm not going to do that math. I'll let you do that at home. Needless to say, game 1 does not go to the Blackthorn Blastoise.
That's awful.
You hate to see it.
That's awful.
That's why they call it the beautiful game. All right, game 2, turn 7. Primarina's back in the mix against Large Marge, aka Mega Mawile, a fearsome sweeper that's just set up a +2 from a Swords Dance, but Primarina's got one chance to hit with a big Hydro Pump. What do you think, Jake? Are we going to see it?
I think we're going to see it.
I want to see it. Show me the money. And that's a big Hydro Pump. That's the first hit Hydro Pump of the Crab League Season 7. And that's an Oko, baby. That's what we call big Hydro Crumpers. All right, here's turn 20 of Game 2. Primarina's back in, facing up against the Houston Houndoom's last mon. We've got the Skeledirge, +2 special attack off a couple Torch Songs. All right, Dutch, are we going to see a big Hydro Pump today?
Yes, I think we will.
Let's see what the clip says.
Wow, Jake. That's a big ol' Hydro Pumper. Looks like the Blackthorn Blastoise win this one.
That's a big pump, Yorba. Ha 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 ha.
All right, this one's for all the marbles, Jake. We got game 3 of the Blastoise versus the Houndooms. Here, Vikavolt and Primarina. Primarina's hit a few Hydro Pumps, missed one. Can she keep up her streak?
I think she can. She seems to be heading the game. I think she'll be able to do it.
Show me the big Hydro Pump. Oh, and that's an Oko. We gotta have specs on this thing or something. It's just blasting holes through this team. All right, let's move on to our third featured Hydro Pumper here. We've got Rotom Wash. Rotom Wash being wielded by Panixy Monkey and against the richest team in the league, the New York Dratinis. Rotom has just been put in against a Melmetal. It's eaten a double Iron Bash. Dratinis are sending in Alomomola.
Oh.
Say that 5 times fast.
I can't.
Neither can I, but listen, I'm a ghost. All right, tell me, Jake, are we going to see a big Hydro Pump or a big Hydro Slump here?
I think the luck has run out. It will not hit.
All right, show me the clip. And that's a big miss. That's a Hydro Slump, Hydro Chumps over here. Listen, it wouldn't have dealt that much damage anyway against an Alomomola, but you hate to see it either way.
And it's going to be a huge hit to the mental game.
Oh, the mental game is all that matters sometimes when we're talking Pokemon.
I agree.
All right, that's going to conclude our first segment of the day here. Remember, kids, Hydro Pump is sometimes for Hydro winners, but sometimes for Hydro Chumps.
And I would just like to say, we pay a law firm an extremely high retainer to keep Fiven Daughters on the books. Why aren't you just going to them? Missed attacks are totally illegal, you know that.
That's right. If you've missed a Hydro Pump, you could be entitled to financial compensation. We like to have fun here at the Weekly Roundup, but let's be serious, folks. Hydro Pump calcs well, but is that 80% chance of missing really worth the sleep that you'll lose at night knowing that you missed an attack? Why not click Bubble Beam? Why not click Water Gun, Surf, Hydro Steam, Wave Crash, Scald?
But wait, there's more. Scald.
Our next segment tonight is about bucking the orthodoxy. That's right, we're rebelling against authority and highlighting some of the spiciest or unconventional builds that we saw this week.
And there were some pretty interesting items brought.
Some wacky and weird things. First off, the Wizarding World of Wooloo versus Money Sonic. We saw Grafaiive click Sunny Day in front of a Floatzel to reduce the power of a Wave Crash. Let's see that clip. Wow, that Floatzel looked kind of sad not Okoing a Grafaiive after killing Tapu Koko. Moving on. Alright, next up we've got stored power builds. That's right, this isn't a board shower. We're talking about upping your stats and hitting hard. 2 trainers brought stored power today. First up, it was Brendan Lee's The Haunch Crow against the Pinna Park Picapex. As you can see, folks, once the Morgrem was dead, Slowking was free to Iron Defense and Calm Mind its way to stored power through that Pinnaplex team. That's why you never leave home without your Dark type.
Dang
and
right.
that's not the only stored power we saw. The New York Dratinis put stored power on their Latias against Panicky Monkey. Let's see it. You hate to see it, folks. Even though Rotom Wash had some Hydro Gumption and hit their Hydro Pump, Latias with the Calm Mind resisted, set up, and knocked out with the stored power. Stored power. Maybe check it out.
I will.
And our last spicy, unorthodox, or straight-up unconventional build is the Blaze Blaziken brought by the Blackthorn Blastoise versus the Houston Houndooms. Now, Jake, why would someone not bring Speed Boost on their Blaziken?
Well, here's the thing. As someone who's had this, not used against me, but that if I've used myself, you might have a Ditto, okay? And if you have a Ditto, guess what? They're copying your Mon, and they're getting that speed boost. And they probably have a Choice Scarf, which means they're outspeeding you, and they're going to take down your Blaziken. Did that happen in this case? No.
But we never know what could happen in the Pokemon League. And listen. Alright, and moving on to our next segment here. Jake, what's the forecast looking like?
Hi. If you were hoping for some, well, maybe a little cardigan, a sweater, maybe a little hat, fat chance. Because we saw rain and sun, with sun winning the majority of their matches, which means it's going to be humid and balmy the rest of the week.
That's right, folks. You might want to pack a tank top or some flip-flops because 2 sun teams won out versus the 1 rain team. Jake, did anyone bring sand?
No.
Dutch, did anyone bring snow?
No.
All right, it's a rain and sun extravaganza. Quick shout out to Daniel Golf for bringing Walking Wake, a feared predator here, top of the ladder, top of the league. That's Hydro Steam that's gonna make you Hydro Cream.
And I like to give a shout out to the Curse of Shell Island for bringing Raging Bolt, more specifically, bringing Sunny Day.
Woo! That'll kick the clouds away. And I'm on my way to where the air is sweet, Jake.
Wish I could be there with you.
And our last segment of the night, that's right, folks. When you hear that bell, you know it's time for the Final Gambit with Jake and Yorba. Jake, what's the Final Gambit? What's the team to watch next week?
Well, Yorba, I gotta tell you, Ditto was looking pretty strong this week, and they're gonna be looking to rise in the ranks, so be on the lookout for Ditto.
Keep an eye out for Ditto. Ditto.
Don't forget, folks, Mega Charizard Y and Ariados still remain unpicked.
That's right, you could have Drought for 20 points and Spiderwebs for just 1. And with that, we're signing off. I'm Yorba to my mouth.
And I'm Jake Dutch.
See you next week.